Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another What I Eat in a Day. Thank you so much for bearing with me whilst I missed a week. I've been quite poorly actually. Touch wood, I don't get poorly very often. And yeah, it's just taken a really long time for me to get over it, and I'm still not 100% if I'm honest, but I wanted to kind of get myself back into a routine with eating because my kind of taste and scent completely went away, and it hasn't fully returned, and it isn't COVID. I've been testing for COVID. But I think again that's typical with any kind of sinus condition, for you to lose sensations such as, you know, your scent and taste and things like that, and it hasn't fully returned, and so my cooking has been a bit kind of uninspired if I'm honest. So I'm happy to get back into the swing of things today. Weight has stayed the same, which is absolutely fine, so don't have anything to report on that, but I've literally just finished my period as well, so I might be a little bit less than it appears on the scales. But anyway, I've had breakfast this morning. I had some yogurt and some fruit, which isn't that exciting, but again, I really just wanted to get all the vitamins into me. So I've had some fat-free Greek yogurt and some fruit. And yeah, it was a very simple breakfast, but now I am definitely ready for lunch. And I'm thinking about having a stuffed flat mushroom because I haven't had one of them in ages, and I whipped up a really amazing sirloin steak last night, and there are a couple of shreds of that left, so I'd love to kind of stuff a mushroom with that, with some cheese and garlic. That would be delicious. And then for dinner tonight, what is my oyster? Not too sure. I'll keep you posted with that later, but I have all the meats in, so I can pretty much make anything I want. So I'm going to sit down, have a look at some recipes and have a think about what I want for later. So breakfast was one point. I decided I am actually going to point the syrup because I think I did have about a teaspoon's worth. So I've had 1 point so far, and I'm about to make lunch, which again is a stuffed mushroom, so let's get to it. Right, so as I mentioned last night, I whipped up a sirloin steak, and this has been cooked to perfection. This is medium, and I've been using my new thermometer, which is by meter. Not sponsored, bought it with my own money, but oh my goodness, that has changed the way I cook steak, and it's been amazing. So I had quite a lot of it left actually because it was a massive steak, so I thought this would be perfect today to have for lunch. So I have a nice big flat mushroom here. Normally I would have two, but this is absolutely huge. Like if you look at it in the comparison to the size of this bowl, it is a very big mushroom. So I think one is going to be more than sufficient for me. And I also, for ease, have some garlic butter here, which I'm going to use to baste it with a bit of olive oil. So I'm going to track this because this is a bit extra than what I would normally use. So we'll check what that equates to in a moment. When it comes to the sirloin, I'm not 100% sure what we're looking at, to be honest. So what I thought I would do is type sirloin steak into the app, weigh it out so we can see what we're dealing with. Right, so I've changed this to grams, and I'm just going to see. I'm not even going to need all of this if I'm honest. There's a lot of steak here. I'm going to see what that equates to. So that is 78 grams. Which is only 2 points. So let's see what it comes to if I used all of it. Again, I just don't think I'm going to need all of that because it's 12. That is 3 points. Let's just track it for now, you know, for ease. So we have 3 points worth of sirloin steak here, which again, I'm very excited to chop down and eat. Then we have some Depop butter, which again, it's not something I'm used to tracking because normally I would have like reduced fat butter or light butter, but in this case, just because I'm being lazy and I don't want to have to make a garlic clove, it says it's 2 points per serving, and that's for a teaspoon, so that's probably about right if I'm honest. I'm going to track that as well, which is making it altogether 5 points so far before we factored in the cheese, which is more than fine for me. So I have my big mushroom here, which I'm going to pop onto an oven dish. I'm going to use a bit of olive oil, good quality olive oil. And here I'm still very, very sniffly. I'm going to make sure that's all basted on the inside, and then I'm going to run it around the outside as well, because these can be quite rubbery, so honestly they do take a longer time to cook, but invest that time because it really will make a difference. And just to make sure that I can evenly coat this mushroom as much as possible, I'm going to pop the butter in the microwave and melt it and then brush it on. So I would say that's probably equivalent to a teaspoon if I'm honest. Use a brush to brush this on. as much as possible, because if I was just to baste this and pour it in, I don't think it would go too far. But I think by brushing it, you have much more control. And then you have the garlic infused as well, which is going to add flavour as well as moisture. Now I'm going to season this with a generous amount of salt and pepper, and I'm going to do the first part of this cooking time by itself, and then in the last kind of 10 minutes, that is when I will add the steak, the cheese, and just stuff it a little bit better. But for now, I'm going to pop this in the oven. I'm going to say for a good 20 minutes for it to really soften, but I will check it at about 12 minutes and see how it's doing. It's now time for dinner, and I've decided to muscle up chicken paella from the WW app. Now this is a very, very simple recipe. It's 4 points a serving, which is incredibly low. And I think paella is a great opportunity for you to get rid of anything that you have going in your fridge that needs eating, because you really can add anything. I mean, I know you want to stay as authentic as possible, but if you've got, for example, mushrooms like I have and tomatoes that need eating, pop them in, pop anything in that you have, aubergine, courgette, carrot, whatever. Have some spinach here, again, some mushroom, which is a bit doubling up on the mushrooms today, but I really do not mind. It adds a nice bit of bulk. I have some fresh parsley, some cherry tomatoes here, a nice red bell pepper, onion, some lemon for the juice. I have some garden peas, it's passata, you can have chopped tomatoes as well. I have some garlic, some stock, paprika, which of course is absolutely key in a paella, and some skinless chicken breast. So all I'm going to do is brown off my veggies, then brown off the chicken and combine them. It's very, very simple. Andrew has already made the rice, so that is cooking on the hob, which is perfect. So I'm going to get on with all the chopping. Delicious, and honestly it's such a fantastic one for eating any leftovers, as I mentioned before. Speaking of, I also had a flatbread with dinner, which made the whole thing 9 points, because I think it was 4 points, the paella, and night with a nectarine and an orange. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, sorry, to give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment, because I read every single one, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.